Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector 75, and welcome to yet another ZOIDS review. Finally going to start actually just doing these quite regular. I've got a load of ZOIDS here, so I'm going to do about 2 or 3 of these in one go and then just upload them every now and again. So I don't end up with a giant gap like I did the last time of about 18 months, something like that, because I do love ZOIDS. Transformers is my first passion, but my second is definitely ZOIDS, because don't know, there's something about them, I just fucking love them. Right, so anyway, so what we're going to start with here, this is from ZOIDS from about the year 2000 odd, when they were re-released around then. This is Dibison. These are Republic ZOID 031. I didn't get too many of those ZOIDS, even though they basically just re-released the whole entire line of Japanese ZOIDS, right from the the late 80s or the 80s and early 90s. In new colours and stuff like that, but they generally followed the same sort of Japanese storyline. And this guy was released originally in the 80s in exactly almost the same colours. I think the only difference maybe is this guy's got green caps. I think back in the 80s he may have had blue caps, I'm not sure, but I know he was black and green. And he did come with a gold pilot. Unfortunately this one does only come with the bit, well, the shit really, it's like unpainted grey pilots. That was what really turned me off the actual ZOIDS when they were released back in like the early 2000s, was the colour of the pilots. They were just no imagination, they were just all sort of like different colours, like blue or I don't know, grey, maybe the odd red one thrown in there, but they were just boring red plastic, blue plastic, grey plastic, and there's no just good. The old ZOIDS, like we got Krark, Prince of Darkness over there, they all came with like chromed silver or chromed gold pilots, and they just look really great. But anyway, we're going to stick with this guy first. So this is Republic ZOID 031, Dibison. I believe he was called Dibison back in the 80s as well. And it was only released in Japan back then. But this guy did get a release in the West, in America and over here. Where I got him in the Entertainer. I think it was only a tenner, something like that. And I just love the look of him. I think he's brilliant. I would love to get rid of the actual Republic ZOID symbol and put the old blue ZOID one back on there. But I think it's great. He's got all these cannons. These cannons will move all on the side like this, and you can position these ones up like that. I don't know, I just really do like it. It's actually fantastic, actually. But anyway, let's just move him around a little bit. As you can see, he's got the legs there. Let me just put him back a little bit, actually. Let me just see if I can angle my camera down a second. There we are. Oh, the wonders of blue tack. Maybe I should actually get a stand for it, maybe. That would probably help. But anyway. He's a fantastic looking ZOID. I did manage to actually get some batteries for these guys, and they do work. Krark's got a bit of a problem for some reason, I can't work out why, but we'll come to that in a minute. Anyway, so it's a fantastic looking ZOID. He's got these sort of like moving guns from the back here, and he's got this strange sort of tail. He's got something hidden in here, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Let me just pick up my little camera very quickly. As you can see, he's got like another little grey pilot in there, and then, oh god, he's going to fucking want to move, isn't he? But you can, let me just put it down for a second. I think that just wants to come out, I don't think it's supposed to, but you can bring up this little radar tower, and that flip down. No, I think it just stays in there, doesn't it? But anyway, but that's what it's got. It's got like a little guy and a little radar tower in there. Pretty shit, actually. Yeah, I thought it would have done more in it, but anyway, here we go, just going to pop that down there. So we're going to close that back up, because as hidden features go, that's pretty lame. And then we come back around, and I do love the head. I really do love the head sculpt. I think it's actually really, really good. Let me just bring that up. And you can open and close the mouth, and inside the mouth you can probably see he's got like a little missile pod, and then he's got these 2 weird grey things on the side there as well. And then of course you can open up his little cockpit, and in there you can see he's got a little grey pilot. If I had a couple of gold pilots left over, I would have actually put them in there, but unfortunately I haven't got none spare. I really should check eBay to see if we've got any. Well, I can get any. Right, let's start this guy up. So you can see him walking along. Here we go. He's not going to walk too well on this glass table, but he's doing alright, isn't he? There he goes, and you can see the head sort of moving up and down a little bit there. That's actually pretty good. I do like it. And like I say, it cost me a tenner. And probably one of the better ones. There is a lot of other Zoids I want to try and get, but I do look on eBay, and unfortunately, it can be problematic to try and get them because some of them are actually very expensive. I'd love to get the Dark Horn, and oh god, Mad Thunder, is it? Oh god, that looks a good one, but they're just too expensive, and I can't be bothered. Anyway, right. So let's move on to this guy. This guy is a red Zoid back from the European release in the 80s. And it was a great Zoid. It's called Krark, Prince of Darkness. I believe he was called Salamander or something like that when he was released in the 2000s. He may have been called Salamander in his Japanese release as well. But in the, especially the 2000s release, he was coloured blue, or like a light blue, I think. Which I was going to get as a blue Zoid version, but the blue is a tiny bit blue, well, lighter, plus I can never find it. But in the comics, this guy was trying to usurp command of the Red Zoids from Red Horn, and was actually trying to unite both blue and red Zoids together as a massive army that could conquer the galaxy. And that is what actually I really did like about the storyline of the Zoids, especially in the comics anyways, because you had on Night of the Boxes saying the blue Zoids fight against the evils of the mutant red Zoids, but in the comics neither side was actually really evil. They were just fighting each other, and the blue Zoids weren't particularly good, and so you had quite a dynamic storyline there because none of them were really evil or good, just fighting each other. And it shows, I don't know, maybe a philosophical thing of maybe mankind really, because we all perceive ourselves to be good or whatever. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. He's a fantastic Zoid. I really do like the look of this fella. His nemesis, of course, well, sort of like when he came out, was Gore, the Lord Protector. But you hardly ever saw them face off against each other in the comics. Let me just pick up my camera. We'll just have a quick shifty around this Zoid. Here we go. There's his little android pilot in there. He's silver. If I can open it up slightly. There we go. It's not going to show up to silver too well because you've got the light shining through that orange cockpit. As you go around, he's got a few guns under there. When he walks along, for some reason these bits come loose, and I can't work out why. I swear they never used to do that, but we'll come to that in a minute. He's got this little sort of like missile, don't know, pod sort of gun sort of emplacement on his back with another little android pilot there, just sort of tucked away, and he's got his tiny little tail. He's got little guns on his wings, and these wings do all move. It's actually really good. It is a fantastic looking Zoid. As you can see, it is coming loose already. I can't work out why. It's almost as if it should link in there, but it don't want to. I sort of put it together right, but I can't really work it out. But there we go. Right, well there you go. So it just doesn't want to stay in there. Anyway, right, let's put this guy down, and then we'll get him walking along as best as he will, because these bits just do not want to stay. Anyway, right, here we go. And he's making a bit of a jarring noise for some reason. There you go. That's pretty good, isn't it? Won't stop. Oh, there's a bit gone. Yeah, see, they're all coming loose up the top here. It could be that these are just too loose and don't want to hold it together no more. Or it's something completely different. I haven't got a clue what. Let me just get it down a little bit more. And what happens is this bit will get caught behind there, and then the head will not move again. Which is a complete shame. I'm just going to leave that bit down there. Yeah, that's Zark, Prince of Darkness. And a great Zoid. It is one of probably the best looking Zoids out there. And then what you can do is you can get these little fellas. This is a Zark, smaller Zoid. And you can put these next to him as like his little minion or something like that. In the comics, I believe they were never like that, but they do look good together. Right, I believe that's it for this review. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.